Okay, I'm a little biased because I live in Marietta, but this city really is one of the best in all of Metro Atlanta. From home values to recreational activities, Marietta, Georgia has it all. If you're thinking about moving to the great state of Georgia, Marietta is a great option that you should certainly consider. So buckle up because we've got 9 reasons to move to Marietta, Georgia. What's going on, y'all? Hope you're doing well. My name is Victor. I'm a local real estate agent here in Georgia. I put out weekly videos all about what it's like to live in Atlanta, Georgia, and the surrounding cities. If you're thinking about moving to Atlanta or just want to know what it's like to live here, feel free to call, text me, email me anytime. I'm more than happy to help. I'm so thankful for everyone who has reached out to me asking me about living in Atlanta. My favorite thing to do in the world is help people get acquainted with my hometown. Right now, we're talking about Marietta, Georgia, and 9 reasons why you might want to live here. Let's jump right into it. The first reason why you might want to live in Marietta is Marietta Square. Certainly one of the highlights of living in Marietta. Marietta Square is like the downtown area or like the city center of Marietta, and there's so much to do there. So many people visit there every day. The courthouse is there, which is like what makes it the downtown part of Marietta. But more than that, there is a ton of shopping and a ton of restaurants there. It's a super fun place to hang out, spend time. Also, in the middle of Marietta Square is Glover Park. There's like a fountain there, and there's a stage where there's sometimes concerts or different performances going on there in the park. Marietta Square is awesome. My family and I, we go there all the time. Great place. If you're ever in Marietta, you definitely want to check out Marietta Square. And then next to Marietta Square is the Marietta Square Market. It's kind of like a big food court. If you're ever looking for a place for lunch or breakfast, the Marietta Square Market is a great place. Tons of options. You definitely want to check out the Marietta Square Market. Okay, reason number 2 why you might want to live in Marietta. The homes in Marietta have a ton of character, especially the homes that are close to Marietta Square. Because Marietta is kind of an older city, the homes that were built there in the 20s and 30s have a ton of character, a ton of charm. And Marietta Square being one of the oldest parts of the city, there is a lot of homes in that area that have that kind of charm. And so you don't really find this in some of the other suburbs around Atlanta. Alpharetta, Smyrna, Woodstock, you don't quite find as much charm in the homes because Marietta is one of the oldest cities. And so if having a home with a lot of character is super important to you, Marietta is certainly a great option. Reason number 3 to move to Marietta, Georgia is we have a ton of parks and green space. We have Tumlin Park on the south side of Marietta. Also, we have Elizabeth Porter Park, which is pretty close to Marietta Square. Also, in the middle of Marietta Square, Glover Park, another great park to spend time there. And then super close to Marietta is Kennesaw Mountain. That's in Kennesaw, so it's not quite in Marietta, but it is very close. And Kennesaw Mountain is absolutely a great place to spend time there. You can hike to the top of the mountain. It's about a mile hike. Tons of people go there on the weekends. The parking there is pretty difficult, so if you're going to go there, make sure you are planning for either finding alternate places for parking or walking a long way just to get to the park. But yeah, certainly lots of parks in Marietta. Reason number 4 is the location of Marietta in proximity to Atlanta. Many people who live in Marietta work in Atlanta, and this is a really common thing among many of the suburbs around Atlanta. People will live in the suburbs and then work in the city. And so that's really one of the reasons why Atlanta is notorious for having such bad traffic. So many people are traveling into Atlanta during rush hour and then back out into the suburbs in the evening time. The location of Marietta is great for that. You can have the suburban living, the suburban lifestyle, but then you can get into Atlanta within 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And so the proximity of Marietta to Atlanta is absolutely a great benefit and something that you might want to consider if you're going to move to Georgia. Reason number 5, the schools in Marietta are amazing. One of the best high schools in Marietta is Lassiter High School, which is in Marietta. Also, we have Pope High School, Sprayberry High School, Walton. Some of the best school districts in all of Georgia are here in Marietta. For many people, the quality of the schools is a super high priority for them, especially when they are trying to consider what city to move in Metro Atlanta, and Marietta really fits that bill. We have some of the best schools in all of Georgia, so if you are wanting to live in a city that has great schools, certainly Marietta fits that criteria. Okay, the next reason for moving to Marietta is that Marietta is a large city, geographically speaking. Alpharetta, Sandy Springs, Smyrna are not very big cities. Marietta is certainly the biggest in comparison to those other cities. And what you get with that is a huge variety of home values, the setting of the home. Some parts of Marietta are rural, some parts of Marietta are more urban. Also, you have lots of things to do in Marietta because of the size of the city. So if you're wanting to live in Marietta and get all the benefits of living in that city, but you are wanting a more urban setting, like very close to Marietta Square, you can find that. Likewise, if you're wanting all of those benefits of Marietta, but you're wanting a more rural setting, again, you can find that in Marietta just because of how big the city is. And then for home values as well, we have homes in Marietta up into the millions, and then we have home values in Marietta that are as low as $300 or even $350. You can certainly find a great deal on homes here in Marietta, and that's really one of the best parts about living here, is the amount of variety that we have here in this city. Okay, the next reason to live in Marietta, I think we're on reason number 6 or 7, is the economy in Marietta. We have a ton of jobs here. Again, kind of like because of the size of Marietta, there are a lot of businesses here. There's a lot of industry here in Marietta. Home Depot is one of the biggest companies. It's located here in Marietta. Also, we have a ton of hospitals. The healthcare industry in general is very big in Georgia, but especially in Marietta. Just within about 20 miles from Marietta Square, I count 3 hospitals. And so the healthcare industry here really is growing. And so if that's an industry or a field that you work in, Marietta is certainly a great option. Also, the movie industry is surprisingly growing a lot here in Marietta. And so we really do have tons of jobs, tons of great economy here in Marietta, and really something to consider if you are going to move to Marietta, Georgia. Reason number 8 to move to Marietta, Georgia is property taxes. Property taxes here are relatively low compared to the rest of Georgia, and certainly low compared to the rest of the country. Property taxes here in Marietta are about 1% of the value of the home. So if you have a $500,000 home, you're looking at about $5,000 in property taxes for the year. Compare that to New Jersey or New York, where property taxes are about 2% of the value of the home. For that same $500,000 house, you're talking about $10,000 for property taxes. So certainly a big difference here in Marietta, Georgia. Also, property taxes are made up of many different things, fire and police and the school districts. And so if you are above a certain age, I believe it's 65, you no longer have to pay for the school portion of the property taxes here in Marietta. And the school portion makes up 50% of the property taxes. So now that $500,000 home that was $5,000 for the year for property taxes, if you're not paying for the school portion, $2,500 a year for property taxes. And lastly, reason number 9 to live in Marietta is more home for your money here in Marietta, Georgia. If you look at some of the other suburbs around Marietta, some of their home values are a little higher than Marietta. In Marietta, you certainly can get a lot of home for your money. The average home value here is about $500,000 with a range of $350,000 into the millions. In fact, Marietta has a ton of neighborhoods here where the homes are below $500,000. If you want to see a video about 5 of those neighborhoods, check out this video where I specifically talk about 5 neighborhoods below $500,000. See you in the next video.